Hello everyone, so today I am here to do my 1000 subscribers Q&A. If you didn't see, a couple weeks ago I put up an announcement video for my 1000 subscribers giveaway, and I was asking for questions for a Q&A that I would be doing later on, and that is this Q&A. Sorry for anyone who did miss that video, it's been up for about 2 weeks, but a winner has already been selected, and I have actually already contacted them on Monday. And they have very specifically asked me not to say their username on my Q&A video, but congratulations to the person who did win. You know who you are, and that's the most important thing. They picked some awesome books to get from Book Depository, but thank you for everyone who did leave questions or comments or say, like, congratulations for 1000 subscribers. It meant a lot to me. So yeah, I'm going to be trying to answer all of the questions I got. I did get, like, a lot of them, but I will try to be going through all of them. I have no idea how to do that thing when you put the question on the screen. So if anyone knows how to do that for Windows Movie Maker, please tell me, but I'm going to be doing it the old-fashioned way and just reading them off of my phone and saying the username and the question. So let's get right on into it. So the first question I'm going to answer is one that did not get asked, but I feel like is a necessity just because there are a lot more people now and people do, like, mention my name in videos and tags and stuff, and that is the pronunciation of my username. It's Kate Feil. That is a German word for arrow, the P-F-E-I-L. It means arrow in German, and it's pronounced Feil in the English pronunciation. So there you go, for anyone who wants to, like, say my name or anything. So the first, like, person question is from Leanne Rose, and she asks, if you could have a dinner party with 3 fictional characters, who would they be and why? And I feel like my answers, they might not get along, but I would choose them because they're my favorite characters at the moment, and that is Leanne from Three Souls, which is my favorite book, Andrew from the Foxhole Court series, and Toru Okada from the Wind-Up Bird Chronicle, just because I don't really know if they would get along, but I would really want to talk to each of them. And you know, I just told everyone how to pronounce my name, so I'm gonna apologize now if I mess up anyone's pronunciation of their name. I feel you, and I'm gonna try my hardest, okay? Katie Ostrich? Or so? I don't know. What is your opinion on public libraries, and do you still use them? I love public libraries. I have no idea why anyone would be against them. They are so incredibly important, not even just for books, but I know so many people who go there to study when they can't go to their house. They go there to do work or resumes or stuff like that and get help from our librarians. They are so incredibly important, and I do use my library, not as much as I want to, but I definitely do try to use my library. Minty Moon asks, how many books do you own and what are your top 3 favorite books or series? Okay, I own probably around 350 or 400 books. I do unhaul a lot of books though, so it is hard to keep track, but I'd say between 350 and 400 or so. That's my books, not books of my entire family. With my entire family, it's probably like 600. And my top 3 favorite books are obviously Three Souls by Jenny Chang is my favorite book of all time. The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle is my second favorite book of all time, and my current favorite series is the Foxhole Court series. I have a whole review for it. You guys know my love for that series. It's a very important series. I love it so much. Nikki's Book Obsession asks, do you ever unhaul books that you haven't read? If so, do you feel guilty for doing so? Like I said, I unhaul a lot of books. I don't feel guilty unhauling books. I only do if they were, like, a gift or I actually spent money on them, and in those cases I try to find, like, one of my friends who might want it, but most of my books I get for under $3 at my local bookstore or online. I don't buy books if they're over, like $5 unless they're brand new. So I don't really feel that bad about unhauling books, if I'm completely honest. I don't really know why you would, but that's my opinion. I don't really care about unhauling books. I think it's great. It feels great sometimes, if I'm completely honest. Fatima S. asks, what book do you love that you hope or think will become a classic in the future? I honestly think all of Haruki Murakami's novels will become, like, classics, like they're modern classics kind of thing, and totally in like 100 years kids are going to be reading them in school studying him. Book Geek Movie Freak asks, if you could only bring 3 books to a deserted island, which ones would you bring? I feel like this book is gonna be an every freaking answer. Three Souls, I'd probably bring a Haruki Murakami book. I don't know which one though. Like one that I could just reread a million times. So probably One Bird or A Wild Sheep Chase. Those are my two favorites. And I'd probably bring The Last Illusion by Porochista Kakpura, which is one of my favorite novels, just because I feel like that book is one that I'm going to be able to reread so many times and like find something new in it every single time. So Foxy asks, when you are self-teaching yourself a language, how do you practice conversation? So if you guys don't know, I have taught myself a couple of languages. I speak English, Spanish, Sign Language, German, and Korean. I'm currently working on Korean. Basically, Sign Language was very easy for me to practice conversation because I taught it to myself because I was working with a deaf boy, and he would converse with me in Sign Language. I taught myself German, and that was very easy to practice conversational because my parents speak German and my grandpa speaks German. And Korean, definitely I'm having issues practicing conversation because I feel like I know quite a bit of Korean. I just don't know how to use it. So I honestly, the best way to like practice is find another person who knows it. It is quite complicated finding someone if like it's not a popular language, but like the best thing you can do is just find someone else who knows it. Victoria Buckman asks, how many bookmarks do you have? I don't know. This amount. I honestly don't use bookmarks very often. I only use them when I am reading like a brand new hardcover. But yeah, I'd probably say I have like 20 or so, but I don't use them very often. Becky asks, which character from a book would you say you are most like? Ooh, that's a hard one. Dang, because honestly, like, most YA female protagonists, even the strong female protagonists, piss me off a lot. I guess I'd have to go with Lily from Enchanted Ivy by Sarah Beth Durst. I flew through this book and I absolutely love it, and I definitely really connected to the character of Lily. She's definitely like a strong female character. She's very much a tomboy, and I don't know, she was the first one that came to my mind when I thought of a book character I like think of myself as. But yeah. Erin Wright asks, what series or book would you recommend for a first-time manga reader? If you guys don't know, I read a lot of manga, I watch a lot of anime, but my always go-to recommendations is if you are looking for a girly, like, cute little fluffy kind of series. The one I know most people start with, and I obviously like watched as a kid, it wasn't my first, but I love it, is Ouran High School Host Club. The anime is A+, the manga is even better. It is so fun, it's so cute, and it's not that long either, which is really nice. But if you're looking for more of a like action kind of manga, I always recommend Naruto, but I know that it's really long, so I'll also recommend Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know a single person who doesn't love Full Metal Alchemist. Tintin and Haddock22 asks, do you listen to music while reading? If so, what kind? Yes, I do listen to music, and I listen to Animal Crossing music. I put it on in the background. It is perfect life music, just like if you're sitting there like reading or journaling or anything like that, I will put that on in the background, because if the music has like lyrics or words to it, I can't concentrate on the book, so I put on Animal Crossing music. It's a great hint to life. Cooled Sunshine asks, what books have surprised you the most, good or bad surprise, and do you like any Miyazaki films? I love Miyazaki films. Is that even a question? Of course I do. And a book that has surprised me the most. An author that has surprised me the most, I guess, like, I honestly just picked up his books, like, not really expecting to get so dedicated, but that was definitely Michael J. Sullivan. I picked up this book, honest to God, I picked it up because it was $2, and I didn't even know if I was going to read it, and then I did, and I fell in love with this world and these characters, and it's now one of, like, a very, like, I don't want to say one of my favorite series because it's not, but it's a series I adore and I recommend so often to people, so this was definitely a very pleasant surprise. Lily asked, which author do you own the most of? And probably Murakami. Garrulous asked, what are your top 5 favorite long books? Oh my god. I Am a Cat by Natsumi Soseki. This book is over 600 pages and it's a masterpiece. The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle by Haruki Murakami. This is also over 600 pages, and it is also a masterpiece. A Brief History of Seven Killings by Marlon James, which is almost 700 pages, and I really, really enjoyed this book. But I don't really know, I don't have that many, like, big books that I've read that I actually really liked. So I'm just gonna go with those 3 instead of 5. Cat Liz asks, what is your favorite psychological thriller novel? You by Caroline Kepnes. It's amazing. I love it so much. Heather in Books asks, what aspects of college are you most excited about? What types of books are you stockpiling to take to school? My college. I am the most excited, honestly, for classes. Like, I feel like most people are, like, most excited for social aspects, but I'm honestly so pumped to just finally go into classes that I'm genuinely passionate about. So I'm most excited for my classes probably, and I've been stockpiling just all types of books. Like, I have like gigantic historical fiction novels and like teensy tiny contemporary novels. Like, I tried to get a mix of all types of books. Madeline May asks, if you could only read books from one author for the rest of your life, which would you choose? I'm not going to choose Murakami. You guys were probably thinking that, but I'm going to go with Sarah Beth Dirks. She is one of my favorite authors. I love her, and she also writes so diversely. She has kids novels, she has YA, she has adult, she has fantasy, she has contemporary, and every single one of them is incredible. T-Rex Reads says, one of the girls at my church is super into K-pop. If I was looking to sample some, where would you recommend starting? Oh my god. Just jump off a bridge into the K-pop land. No, okay. I mean, right now, the current bands that are really big are BTS, EXO, Big Bang. I feel like anyone can like Big Bang. Like, that is a band that my friends who literally despise K-pop like Big Bang. So Big Bang's a good place to start. Right now, I'm loving Blackpink, and I feel like they have a certain charm that a lot of people could really like. But honestly, just, like, look up some music videos and pick the one that you think are the cutest. It depends if you want to go for girls or guy bands. I mostly listen to guy bands because I think they're hot. But just kind of, like, go for it. I say Big Bang. Look up Big Bang, 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 bang. There you go. Shiloh Reed asks, my question is, who is your favorite character from the Harry Potter series? Gonna throw this out here, I am not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but my favorite character is the Weasley twins, I guess. Justice Pulasic asks, what is your favorite book series and how many books do you read a month? My favorite book series is The Foxhole Court. I read between like 6 and 12 books a month, depending. 6 is a bad month, 12 is a good month. In the summer I read like 18. Jennifer asks, how did you get into Korean culture? This is such a good question because I feel like a lot of people ask how I get into K-pop, and I'm like, it doesn't start with K-pop. Last summer, 2015 summer, I really wanted to learn Japanese because I love anime, I love manga, and my friend actually went to Japan, and I found that really, really cool, and when he could speak Japanese and everything, and I wanted to learn Japanese. Japanese is hard as hell. It's like Mandarin. Like, it's so difficult because there's so many characters, and I was like, this is really hard, but I really wanted to learn an Asian language. So I looked up other ones, and I realized Korean has an alphabet, which was really exciting. So I started learning Korean, and from there I got a textbook, and it started telling me all about Korean culture through like also learning the language, and then after that I got into K-pop because of BTS, and then I just started learning more and more about Korean culture because of K-pop. Padfoot's Tale asks, what are some hyped books that you haven't read but want to? I stay so far away from hyped books. I honestly don't want to read any books that are really hyped right now because every single time I've ever read like a super hyped book, I end up not liking it. Or just the hype ruins it for me. I recently read Grace Keepers by Kirsty Logan, which is very hyped right now, and I hated it. But that was the last like really hyped book that I wanted to get, and I hated it. So I just stay really far away from hyped books. Squibbles Reads asks, what are your favorite novels by Korean authors and why? I've only read a couple of Korean novels so far, and so far I've found that the translation from Korean into English is very strange. So my favorite one so far has been I Have the Right to Destroy Myself by Young Ha Kim. When I first read it, I thought it was just like okay, it was kind of whatever, but since I have finished it, it has stuck with me so much. Like, I honestly have just come to absolutely adore this book, and I picked up a couple more of his novels to try out. So I'm very, very excited to give this author more of a try. But yes, I definitely need more Korean authors recommended to me, so if you guys know any that have quite a bit of different work, that'd be great, because I have a lot of Japanese authors and Japanese novels that I've been reading, and not enough Korean. So please give me some recommendations. So Haley Reads asks, which high fantasy series would you consider to be your favorite? The Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson is probably my favorite. Recently, I really have not been enjoying high fantasy. I don't know what it has been recently, but I just haven't been enjoying it. But Mistborn I read last year and I absolutely love. It's one of my favorite series now. It's wonderful. I'm sure everyone has already heard a lot about it, but it's definitely my favorite right now. Rihanna Reads asks, is there a book or series that you hate more than anything? Ooh. I'm gonna make people angry. First off, one of my most hated books in the entire world ever is Looking for Alaska by John Green. I'm not gonna get too into it. I just hate how John Green romanticizes mental health. I don't think that book is a good representation of psychology or mental health or anything good, basically. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people love that book. And I also cannot stand Sarah J. Maas anymore. I hated the Throne of Glass series, really enjoyed the Court of Thorns and Roses and Court of Mist and Fury, but I'm just frustrated as hell with her because why does this, that was supposed to be a trilogy, need to be like 8 books long? It doesn't, so please stop trying to extend your series to make money, Sarah J. Maas. Filippo Montero asks, do you ever get frightened thinking about how many people see you and know your thoughts, and do you have any booktuber that is your inspiration? I don't know. So I said this in my announcement video. I love my subscribers, and I've only ever gotten 2 really creepy people on my channel in my comments, and I've immediately blocked them. So for the most part, everything that I've ever said my opinion on or anything has come back with mostly support. I've never, even when I say I hate Looking for Alaska by John Green, people go, why? It's not oh my god, you're horrible for not liking it. It's why? And we have a discussion. So it's never bothered me that people know my opinions or my thoughts on things, because mostly people are very, very genuinely kind about it. So no, it's never frightened me. And a booktuber that was 100% my inspiration for starting a booktube channel was Katrina over at Little Book Owl. She was the first booktuber I ever subscribed to, and I absolutely loved her. I watched every single one of her videos, and I discovered most of the booktubers I now watch through her channel. Book lover Stephanie asked, how do you decide what you want to read and how do you organize your bookshelves? I am mostly a mood reader. I will make a TBR and try to stick to it at the beginning of the month, but I do stray quite a bit, and I'll just kind of pick up whatever I'm feeling at the time. I organize my bookshelves as standalones, series, and then I have an overflow shelf, and that's what it's been for the most part for a while. Caitlin asked, what is one of the most creative K-pop music videos you've seen? I'm being biased because this literally just came out, but EXO Lotto is so good, even though Lay is only in it approximately 3 times, which pisses me off. What are you doing, SM? Literally everyone is pissed off with you because you keep, not doing anything with Lay. Everyone wants Schumann to have more lines. You gave him, 1 line throughout the song. Why are you doing this, SM? But that music video was so good, and I've never seen anything like it, obviously because gambling is illegal in Korea, and I just thought it was really, interesting that they did that. It's also much more mature and dark than a lot of their music videos, which I very much appreciate. And I thought it was creative just because of, the gambling thing, and the cockfights, and Dio's face. Ashley P. asks, what Murakami book would you suggest starting with? I have an entire video on this because I get asked this all the time. I have an entire video on where I think you should start with Murakami. Obviously, it's my opinion, but I will link that down below. Man Ying Chu asks, what is your favorite reading environment? Or do you drink tea or coffee? Do you snack? Or do you read in bed? Etc. My favorite reading environment is actually downstairs on my couch because, I don't know, if I'm in my bed, I get very distracted with my phone or my laptop or whatever. So I go downstairs and I sit in a chair that I lean back in. I usually have soda, actually. I don't really like drinking tea because I drink tea in the morning. I never read in the very early morning. So I usually have a soda, and yeah, I do snack. I know some people are very, very against snacking and reading, but I snack. Sunflower Kid asks, what other kind of music do you like apart from K-pop, and what books are you planning to bring to college? I made a video on the books I'm planning to take to college that I will link down below. Other music that I like from K-pop, I always confuse people so much when I talk about this. Before I liked K-pop, the only music that I listened to and still listen to besides K-pop is 60s through 80s classic rock music. Sometimes 90s, like it depends. That's what I grew up with, that's what I've always listened to, and I've never understood like pop music. Like I don't like any popular kind of people. I like Imagine Dragons, they're pretty good, but other than them and like K-pop, I listen to like 60s through 80s music. That's it. And people always get very confused because they're like, that is as far away from K-pop as possible. I'm like, I'm sorry. Rich Michael asks, do you read a lot of foreign literature, and if yes, where is it usually from? Yes, I do read a lot of books from Japan, China, and Korea. I enjoy Asian literature and I enjoy Asian culture, so yes. The next question is from Eunice Moral, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm so sorry. What is the genre you think you have not read a lot of? I don't read a lot of mystery, so I don't read that much psychological thrillers unless they aren't mysteries. I'm just not a big fan of like the classic crime, detective, solve the mystery kind of books. I just don't like them. Jamie Neese asks, when you were a kid, what was your favorite series? And yeah, a lot of people ask me like Harry Potter questions. I did not like Harry Potter as a kid, okay? I read him when I was 17. So there you go. My favorite series as a kid were the Darren Shan books, so Cirque du Freak and the Demonata series. I absolutely love them. They're 100% a staple in my childhood. I think I read them when I was like 8 or 9. Yeah, they were great. CGRL101 asks, how long did you take to pick your major? Kind of struggling with this right now. Of course I struggled with this. Okay. When I was a kid, I always thought I was going to be an English major because I love reading and writing. But as I thought more about it, when I got to high school, I was like, I can't. Like, I don't even know a job I would get in English, okay? Like, I don't know what I would do with it. There's so many people who go in English and they don't get jobs in English. So I was like, why bother? Then I was between psychology and nutrition for most of high school. I took AP Psychology and absolutely hated it. So I decided to go with nutrition, and that is where I have stayed. I have always been very passionate about nutrition and healthy eating and just healthy living basically, but not obnoxiously like some people. It's more just like not like all the crap the media says, like actual nutrition, like the science of nutrition. Because my mom is diabetic, and I have always been very interested in that and like learning why things happen to your body when they eat certain foods and stuff like that. So, nutrition. And I tacked on a certificate in farming just because I like farm animals. Julie from A Girl in a Book asks, what is your least favorite book of all time? Also, can you explain K-pop to me? Okay. Least favorite book of all time, besides Looking for Alaska, my all-time least favorite book is The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. I hate Ernest Hemingway with a burning passion, but K-pop is literally just Korean pop music. It's like American pop, but Korean. They're really hot. Like, literally, to get into the K-pop industry, you have to be good looking. There's no one who's not good looking who's in the K-pop industry. And if you aren't good looking, you get plastic surgery. That's how it is over there. They're amazing singers because it's so competitive. There's lots of dancing, bright lights, bright colors, and it's just a lot of fun. That's why K-pop is amazing. It's a lot of fun, not a lot of drama like American pop. It's great. I love it. Angel Ake asks, what are your favorite K-pop songs to listen to while you read? I don't listen to music while I read besides like Animal Crossing music, like I said. But my favorite K-pop music is like, I don't know. I like EXO, I like BTS, I like Block B. Block B is probably like my most, like, I like their music the best. Marta the Reader asks, if you had to choose one book for you to read to your children and them to read to their children and so on, which would it be? And then also the same question but with a K-pop song. Okay, so obviously if it could only be one book, I would wait until they're older and read them Three Souls or make them read Three Souls because I want that book to just get passed down through my family because it's so important to me. And a K-pop song, goddamn, I don't know. I'd probably just show my kids, like, if I still like K-pop when I'm an adult and have children, I'd probably show them, like, 17 as kids, and then, like, BTS, and then, like, EXO, and, like, just progressively get, like, more mature. I don't know. Ben Rodriguez asks, who is your favorite author and why? My favorite authors are Haruki Murakami and Sarah Beth Durst because I don't know. I've read like all of Sarah Beth Durst's books and I'm making my way through Murakami, and every single one of their books just like hits me, I guess, is the only way to say it. A World Hopper asks, have you ever loved a book that you had to read for school? Yes, I love The Lord of the Flies so much. It's one of my favorite novels and I had to read it for school. Louisa Andrade asks, what is your earliest memory relating to books and how old were you? Okay, like it's not a memory, but there is a photo of me when I am first born, like in the hospital with my mom, and she is reading me Harry Potter. So that's not a memory, but that's a photo that exists. The Road to Happy Pages asks, how long have you been playing lacrosse and what position do you play? Thank you for asking a lacrosse question. I have been playing lacrosse since I was 12, so 7 years now, and I am a goalie, so yeah. Kaylee Brenner asks, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel? Most people don't seem to realize this. I've been making YouTube videos since I was a freshman in high school. I started making booktube videos because I kept making videos about books and I kept going, this is weird, like I shouldn't make videos about books, like I'm trying to make them about my life. And then I was like, oh wait, there's a whole community for books, so I started doing books. Merjam Kurz asks, what is your favorite K-pop group? That's such a hard question. Oh my god, okay, my first K-pop group was BTS and then 17, but currently my favorite is EXO, but like, I'm biased with EXO because Lay is in EXO and Yuzing is my ultimate bias. So, I guess EXO, but like, I love BTS and 17 so much too, so, there you go. And the last question comes from Patrice Jones, and it is, when did you start your love of books, and did your parents start the journey, or did something else spark it? It was 100% my mom. She is more of a reader than me, if I'm completely honest. Like, I'll be like, hey mom, I just read 10 books this month, and she's like, oh, I think I read 30, and I'm like, mom. Like I said, there's a photo of her reading me Harry Potter when I'm literally a fresh little newborn. And I don't know, like she always was telling me to read and giving me books to read and all that, and she definitely sparked my love of reading, and I'm very, very grateful to her because obviously it is a passion of mine, and I'm just very grateful that I have books and reading in my life. So anyways, those are all of the questions. I'm so sorry if this video is 100 hours long. I had so many questions. I think there were about 50 and I did skip some of the duplicates. So I'm so sorry if this was a very long video, but thank you guys so much for leaving me questions, and thank you guys so much for subscribing. There's almost 1,200 of you now, so just thank you guys so much, and I love you all, and I will see y'all soon. Bye!